So guess what? Next time you do a red dragon, you just get Kirze. It's very easy. We get the knockdown. This guy hasn't popped a single move. This guy is in absolute slow motion right now. Like, even him getting up is like me in the morning. Like, I don't want to do shit. Hey, yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Toy here, and this will be a video on Kirze. Now, Kirze has been newly released onto King's Raid, and this one is actually made by a fan. So not even by the development team of King's Raid itself. And if you look at her design, she looks absolutely gorgeous. Now, what this video will be about is how do you get Kirze to do whatever she does. That will include what team does she work well with, what are her perks, what would work, what kind of content would she be good at, and a little bit of theorizing because I have not invested the maximum into her. But I will be showing you guys a little bit of potential here and there with some videos. So let's get it started. Let's start off with the skills. Now first we got Blade of Judgment. Too long didn't read. Skill 7 hits, 3-second knockdown afterward, 2 mana. And then we start with her real kit. That will be your second skill, Crystal Haze. Now what this does is huge AoE stun. Every single enemy will get hit the moment you press this skill for 1 second. So in terms of PvP, massive disruptor, right? Although it costs 3 mana, so that's a little bit of a downside. It will increase all attack speed on 300 of all allies, great, and a shockwave similar to the Solar Stone of 0.5 seconds every 2 seconds. So in terms of disruption, this lady can do a lot. And I'm actually going to skip one skill first. Now I'm going to skip one skill because like, oh my god, you're forgetting the third. I know, but I'm doing that for a reason because her third skill needs a lot of explaining and showing. So going over to the first skill, End to Evil Deeds. Now a funny thing with this skill is this will put a debuff onto the boss. And with this, every single CC that will be done from every single source will be increased by 20%. So that means if you got a 1 second silence, you get 20% on top of that. Now I'm not good with math, but it means more stun, right? Very easy. And if you look at the attack increase, which is nearly 70k attack on a base, that's absolutely crazy, as well as a crit chance onto 200. Those are a lot of attack lines, I can tell you that much. And the attack boost will be increased even more. Now going over onto the third skill. Now the third skill is Crimson Flower. Now Crimson Flower is what makes Kirze tick. What it does is the moment you get her unique weapon, the AoE on the range of the skill becomes even bigger. Everything that gets hit will be getting a debuff of 200 attack speed reduction, which is crazy. What happens is if you put the debuff on a person, then every single hit on top of that will gain a crystal stack, like arcane crystal energy. The more energies that you can get, the more damage that this will do. So the question is, how do you actually get as many stacks as possible and do as much damage as possible? Okay, now we come up with the perks. Now we have a very nifty one, which would be this one. If there's only one enemy, inflict 2 stacks of arcane crystal energy. That means that with every auto attack, instead of 1 crystal, you get 2. And I will be showing that into a video. But guess what? There's even more ways to get this. And that comes with her unique treasure 3. And to me, this would be the best unique treasure to go for if you're aiming for PvE. Now, it would be very debatable with the unique treasure 4 because it's all about stunning, but we'll go over that later. So the third unique treasure, what this basically says is it decreases the cooldown of 30%. Now, if you really look at it closely, a 20-second cooldown, 30% decrease, which would be 6 seconds out of that, which is insane. This gets the skill up to a 14-second cooldown. Crazy stuff. Now guess what? We're having 2 stacks with the perk, right? And the moment you will be getting this unique treasure, you can get 1 stack on top of that. So you get a guaranteed 3 stack every single hit that you do. And it has a 48% chance on this unique treasure, the unique treasure 1 star, of 3 additional stacks. That means on top of the 3 stacks that we're getting, you could get an additional 3 stacks on top of that. That would be double damage. Now with a 48% chance, it's not double damage, and a little bit, like, I'm not that good on chance and math, but let's say 50% chance. That means like I get an equal to 4.5 stacks on every single hit, right? The moment you get this to 5 star, this 48% chance will become 100% chance. And what this basically looks like is this. Alrighty, let's get to stacking. So guess what? Pop the S3. The moment it get hit, then we get a timer, and every single hit that I'm doing right now will add to the stack timer. Now currently I get up to 82 stacks. Now my T5 dark will add up to a certain amount as well, meaning that the more attack speed that I get, the more hits that I do. Now if I want to do even more hits, I pop the S2 on top of that, because the little shockwaves add up to everything as well. Now if we look at it, let's see if we get up higher than 80 stacks. Guess what? Very easily. Guess what? We even got up to 99 stacks. We can go even higher, guys. Now the T5 dark with the extra attack speed got up to maximum. And what if we add the S1 to it? So we pop the S3, pop the S2, pop the S1, and with the instantaneous damage and the instant 7 hits onto the S1, I can probably get up way higher. Way higher, 102 stacks. I know I can get way higher than this, so let's just try it out once again. So here we go. S3, S2, S1. And let's see if we can get up to 130 stacks, because I know she can. Please show me. Okay, so 124 stacks. So this is all due to the fact that her UT3 is still onto 50% chance. That means that overall I could be doing so much stacks, but it does not work 100% unless totally invested into. Now this is one build, and that is all in terms of damage. Now I'm going to show you guys the perks on how this works. So what I got right here is her perks that I'm using right now. So if you're up against a boss, a single target boss, what is necessary is this perk. So more stacking, more damage. Now another nifty thing that I want to point out is the End to Evil Deed will put a debuff onto the boss. Now I am not sure, but with the debuff 50% damage to bosses, I am thinking this is from all sources, and for what I've seen so far, this is actually true. So this debuff onto World Boss 1 will allow every single one of your characters do 15% more damage to the boss. Crazy, crazy perk. Now there's another one that has my attention, and that would be this one. 20% damage increase to non-hero enemies. Now the skill itself is 15 seconds. Cooldown is 20. If you pair Audi with that, that would be a lot of uptime, I can tell you that much. But it is equal, almost equal to the T5 Dark. That means I tried this out in terms of damage. Now the T5 Dark does a little less damage here and there, but she needs a lot and a lot of mana. If she hits more times, more mana, easy gaining, right? So this is why you need T95 to pop this skill on top of that. That makes her like a very high investment character. Getting the T95, making sure you can pop another one of these skills, right? Okay, so this is for a damaging build. Now what can you do for a stunning build? Right guys, stunning build, very easy. These are the perks used, and I will be also calling out why this is not that great. Now the reason why Kirze is a very good supportive character would be onto dragons. Now this build is what I should be using for one reason only. If you look at this skill, attack speed reduction increased by 300. So that means on top of the 200 attack speed reduction, guess what? We are getting 500 attack speed reduction. Now, it's very debatable whether you should be picking this, but 500 is crazy. If you get the uptime of 14 seconds onto the S3, we know that that is a lot. Getting the Roxas on top of that, you are bound to see a very slow-mo dragon that will be doing no damage onto your team. Absolutely insane. Now onto S2, we got a nifty perk which allowed the 0.5 seconds normally on every shockwave to become a 1 second stun on every single shockwave that it lands. So this means more stunning, more ShamWow, right? And also a very nifty perk that I really want to address would be the S1 unique treasure. And what it does is simple. The increased damage on S1 20%, but the mana cost will be lowered significantly. And if you pop the cooldown reduction onto this, it is very likely to be spammable. Now that means that every single time that you can spam this 3-second knockdown, insane, because that means the following. If you hit one single enemy onto this perk, that means instead of 9-second cooldown, we get a 7-second cooldown. If you hit 2 enemies, it's a 3-second cooldown. If you hit 4 enemies, no cooldown. Okay, that is absolutely crazy, right? If you got no cooldown, got this spammable, a knockdown on 3 seconds, the ability to hit 7 times within a very short duration, guess what? Then onto the Crimson Flower, you're doing even more damage. That is absolutely insane. And now let's see how this applies to bosses. Let's give you guys some examples because I've done a whole lot of talking and a little less videos. So let's get it popping. Alright, first up, stunning build. Now I let everybody auto just a little bit. This is Red Dragon. And what I want to just show you guys is a very simple feature that I will be able to stun anything and everything that I want to be doing. So I got just about anything that I want. Let's hope that Neroxus doesn't instantaneously die, because that does happen from time to time. Get the instantaneous stun, and with the extra knockdown, guess what? The 9 seconds normally will get even higher, but this is where the problem starts digging in. She needs a lot of attack speed to work, and guess what? This dragon is not doing anything. We got so much attack speed reduction that this is absolutely insane. Now this is Dragon 5. I think we can do even Dragon 6 with this team. So now we gotta wait. And now I'm going to be showing you guys something very funny. And that is absolute reset onto the S1. Which is gorgeous. So let's do the huge shockwave. Get everything into a stun. Now Visca will be pointing everything out onto these monsters, and I can just be popping the S1 about every single time unless the range becomes a little bit less. So if I pop the S3 as well, then I can be popping this skill so many times. Cooldown becomes so low, which makes her damage actually really good too. Now the second phase is easier, and the third phase is a little bit harder because I need to kill this really fast. So let's try this once again. Pop the S2, maximize stun, and now we need Visca to pull everything in, and guess what? Cooldown reduction! And look at the damage of Kirze actually going up for no reason too. She does more than a Visca onto very decent gear onto the AoE. Now what I need to be doing is making sure that I reduce all of the attack speed that this guy is doing, or stunning him as fast as possible. Guess what? That's what its team does. We stun things. We just do that so fast. Ooh, this guy doesn't get to play. Does not get to play, guys. So guess what? Next time you do a red dragon, you just get Kirze. It's very easy. We get the knockdown. This guy hasn't popped a single move. This guy is in absolute slow motion right now. Like, even him getting up is like me in the morning. Like, I don't want to do shit. He has not popped a single move, guys. This is what this whole build is about. Theo is on a 3-star, right? Absolutely gorgeous. Alrighty, guys, World Boss 1 now. I want to just speed this up because for one simple reason, right? I've already posted this video, and if you really want to check it out, check it onto my YouTube channel. But this is just an absolutely gorgeous team. This team will amp up their own stunning. Veronica stuns, Annette stuns onto DS3, Audie stuns on multiple occasions. Theo does whatever he does and just shreds like multiple stuns that's coming up. The trifecta of Sonya, Kirze, Theo is absolutely gorgeous. Like, you can see this bar of stun just deplete instantaneously. It's just like, oh, you got up? Okay, good. Sit your ass down once again, my friend. And this is what this whole team is about, synergizing. This is not a team that works well just by itself. You cannot get Theo out and get the same damage in. So I would say very low investment, but then again, multiple characters would be high investment as well. So without further ado, guys, World Boss 1, maximum damage. So I hope at the end of the day you guys found this video very helpful, and if you have any other requests on any other characters, make sure to pop it. Now we don't have anything, but make sure to just put something into the comments. This was Twebby. Peace!